Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. There's a companion book by Barbara Moore. Website is llewellyn.com if you want a freeze frame there if you need that information. Supportive Oracle cards, You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Whew. What do we have for Libra? I feel like, ooh, that was a lot. That's my first thought. Okay, multiple avenues was my first thought. This is very interesting because it is the Lover's card coming in first, but it's coming in with this Eight of Pentacles and with the Trust. And especially with the Eight of Pentacles, for some reason I'm getting this Gemini feel with it. Like there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of different ways things could have gone, but I feel like it's feeling more like a success card. Like I'm figuring out what the real truth is here. In the sense of like, why is this person telling me that? What's motivating them? What's the actual truth? Are they lying to me, or are they telling me something that they honestly believe or that they want to believe? You're figuring it out. You're figuring out somebody's motivations is what I get. It kind of reminds me of somebody when they're a parent and they just have a hard time seeing what their child is really doing. And they just always want to believe the best, like their kid wouldn't do that. And you're seeing through that. You're like, oh, that's why. You want to believe the best of that person, even though that's not really how it's going. But you're seeing through the facade. Like, I see why they feel that way. You're also seeing that it's not likely to change. The challenge card in the environment is the Hierophant. What is. You're seeing something for like, it's the motivations. The motivations, it sets the stage for the whole situation. Kind of like, all right, is this just somebody who's going to lie to my face constantly? Or when it comes to this subject, they're always going to skew it this way. They're never going to believe this person did anything wrong, so they're always going to skew it this way. Or vice versa, they're going to say, this person always thinks this other person is flat out wrong. So whenever something happens, they're always going to skew it that way. And they're going to be like, what? Bad weather? Well, it was that person's fault, definitely. Yeah. They showed up, so the cloud followed them. And it sounds ridiculous, but the truth is they might literally feel something like that. Kind of like, oh, really? Stock market fell? Well, so-and-so bought some stock, so that's probably what happened. Like, literally, they think that they might be negative against somebody. It might not just be their... It's not changeable. I could go on for days about possibilities about how that could go, but I feel like you get it. They're skewed about somebody. It's not good, but whether they're going to somebody's favor or disfavor, I don't even know if that's a word, favor or detriment, that's probably the word I'm looking for, they only see it the way they see it. And they believe it's the way it is. That Ten of Wands is very interesting, especially when it comes up to the Hierophant. They're not, no matter how much evidence piles up the other way, they believe this about that person. They're the gift to the world, or they're the biggest atrocity to ever cross the planet. And they just, no matter how much pressure goes on them, they just will never change. That's the thing with the Hierophant. The Hierophant can take a lot of weight. The Hierophant sometimes talks about Taurus energy. Doesn't mean this person's a Taurus, by the way. But it's talking about the strength. The strength of, like, no matter what proof is in front of them, they will not believe otherwise. You can't change their mind. Now, seeing it for what it is a double-edged sword, I'm getting. Do you like it? Not really. But on the other hand, it helps you figure out what's going on with this person. It helps you know what to believe them with and what not to believe them with. It feels like it makes it a little better with this person, kind of like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Because like sometimes they give you good information, sometimes it's like, I don't know what they were thinking. And now you're like, well, that's why. Because they think this about that person, so anytime that person's involved, it's automatically skewed that way. And that's when the information's all wonky, because reality doesn't really filter in as well over there. So you get it. Queen of Cups is kind of like, no, I feel like you're knowing what's behind the scenes, but you're not really liking it. Because that is the challenge card. Kind of like, yeah, really rather it wasn't like that, but knowing it's like that, it can at least work with it. This person is not willing. There's no changing it. I don't know how to say. I don't know what to, I mean, there's no reasoning. It's so deep. It's so deep, like that you just can't. I just don't feel like there's reasoning with it. Four of Wands is how they feel, in the sense of like, it's almost like a ironclad contract. This is how it is, that's how it is, and that's how it is, and that's just how it is, and other people may not believe it. I just don't think other people see it. So if they're like, somebody's like their favorite person, and they're like, whatever they do is gold, if you think otherwise, and you're trying to prove otherwise, you just don't understand them. You're jealous of them, something like that. It's like that. Vice versa, if it's somebody that they're like, no, that person is the reason everything is bad in the world. And you're like, they're not that bad. They're like, oh, they got you snowed too. Well, they got you snowed too. I feel like we're spending a lot of this reading just giving you the highlights of like, you can't win them over. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you can deal with what's actually there. It's just what's there. I almost feel like if you need to, because some of you I feel like will need to, you're like, I can't give up on this, I just need them to see the truth. Treat it like a hobby. Every once in a while, give it a chance or try to help them see the truth. But treat it like a hobby. Don't do it all the time. Don't make it your life's mission. Once in a great while, if you want to try, definitely give yourself breathers. It's not likely they're going to change their mind. But I understand, I respect if you feel like you need to, then you need to. But like, again, give it breathers, give it big gaps in between. Once in a while, just go towards it. Try to see if you can change this person's mind. But yeah, like, tell your information, give them time to sit on it. Tell your information, give them time to sit on it. Otherwise, you might drive yourself crazy, is what I'm getting. The Five of Swords is like, you can tell your truth all day, all night, but I don't see it coming through. I just don't see them touching base with it. You know what the truth is, and that's really what's important. You're the one also that seems to be able to keep the situation in balance. This person does seem to believe in you. They feel like you're on their side. That makes a big difference. They do believe you're on their side. Not that you're choosing any type of side, but they believe you're on their side. Take that where you need to take it. They don't want to, but this means they don't want to disappoint you is what I'm getting. So let them, even if you're more, I don't know why I want to say bipartisan. I don't think that works here, but maybe. I can't remember what that word means off the top of my head. I hate that. Happens when I read every now and then. Impartial. That's what the word I'm looking for. Ooh, it finally came around. Even if you're impartial, let them believe you're on their side. Even if you're impartial. Because they're more accommodating to you. They're kinder to you. And that's not bad. That's not bad. Because I don't see you like, I don't see that it's going to be a point of contention. I don't think it's bad. I mean, if you can't say, they're like, well, I can't say that. I can see you saying, well, I can't say that. I can't say that, you know, they'll still believe that, they may still believe you're on their side anyway. They will be nicer to you. They'll be more accommodating to you. Might as well use it to your benefit, you know. I still get that you're going to keep trying to convince this person otherwise, and you got to do what you got to do. Because I'm getting like you are banking on this personal transformation, and you just don't want to give up on it. I respect that. If you don't want to give up on it, then you don't give up on it, and that's how that is. I totally respect that. I'm not, the way this reading is coming out, it's not feeling like it's really gonna work out. But if you do it like a hobby once in a great while, it shouldn't be a bad thing. It may even bond you closer. I still don't see you changing their mind, but it may bond you closer with this person. It may give you some more of an ally here. They're not investing too much in the thought. They just feel the way they feel. So I don't feel like they think about it that much. They're just like, well, that's what it is, and that's how it is. So whatever you're trying to convince this person of, they don't really give it much thought, is what I'm also getting. Just to be fair. This has gone on for a long time. I'm getting past lives. Like, there might be quite the long history. There's a reason they feel the way they feel. And I'm getting the Knight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles. It's not that they can't change how they're viewing the situation. It's more like they don't want to. Because this Two of Pentacles is kind of dejected up to the top here, which is kind of like, I wouldn't say you were wrong in the sense of like they could change their mind. It's just really unlikely. That's why I feel like, again, they keep saying like treat it like a hobby. It's not very likely. If you have to keep trying, you have to keep trying, but treat it like a hobby so you don't drive yourself mad. You know, do what you gotta do. Ironically, I see that you're relentless with this. It's telling me you're relentless. You're like, I will convince them one day of the truth. They will see the truth. I will keep going at this until they figure out that this is the truth. I will show it to them and they will see it and they will accept the truth. They do like you. So if anybody's going to get through to them, I guess it would be you. It's a long road, but I feel like you also have the stamina to get through it, is what they're saying, especially if you treat it like a hobby. Every once in a while, you just try to chip away at it. You may. I still can't say it looks very likely, but some of you might actually win that war. Some of you may. All right, so are we there? I feel like they're just trying to give you context with who you're dealing with, and just, you know, I feel like some of you maybe are putting in too much effort at once, and they're saying, you know what, you got to put the effort in, that's okay, but pull it back. Give yourself a break. Realize if this is ever going to go your way, it's going to be slow and steady wins the race, and it's a long haul. So, all right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.